Hello and welcome back. What we're going to be doing, and this will be the final video in the Unix induction series, this will be less of an explanation and more of a demonstration of what Unix can be used for. So again, I've opened Terminal to full screen. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to connect to a remote server using the SSH command explained in a previous video. Everything demonstrated in this video has been shown before in past tutorials. So if there's anything you've seen here and unsure or don't get an adequate explanation, please go back and look at the previous videos until you find the answer you're looking for. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to connect to the remote server. And again, we'll just give it a sec while it connects. So the first thing I'm doing is using the SSH command to connect to a remote server. I'm going to log in. Cool. And then the next thing I'm going to do is just clear the screen, print current working directory, and show current files. Then I'm going to change directory to what's known as the web server or the web folder. Do an ls again. And currently we're in a web folder. Now what I'm quickly going to do is just make this less than full screen. I'm going to open up a web browser just to show you an idea of where we currently are. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create a quick temporary website using only the command line interface. So what I'm going to do, step one, is I'm going to make a directory. I'm going to call this induction. I'm going to go into that folder. And using the tools we learned in the previous video, I'm going to use one of the editors, Vim, to create a file called index.html. In that, I'm going to create a quick HTML web page using, again, the information I learned about file editors in this video. Okay, title, and we'll give it a nice title, Induction Demo, and we'll close that title. And then I'm going to create a body as well, just so we know that the page is working. Get rid of this one here. And again, just using all the techniques I learned in this video, and give it a nice little heading. There's a nice little heading. And I'll just save that page. So what I've got here now is in my index.html, a quick little HTML page. So we're not done yet. The next thing we have to do is we have to quickly set the permissions, thus so it can be accessed from outside of RMIT. So I'm going to go back one folder, ls again, and I'm going to go chmod -r. So if you're not sure what -r does, we can always look at the man pages. Scroll through here. If we scroll down, I'm going to make it a bit bigger so it's a bit easier to see. What we can see is, keep going, keep going, keep going. These man pages go for quite a while. A bit further. After searching the man pages, you will eventually get to a point that will explain what -r is. But as you can see, the man pages provide lots of useful information. So using that knowledge, I can do chmod -r and then the permissions. I'm going to do 705. Now, if you remember from the permissions video, you might remember that 7 is full permissions for my user, 0 is no permissions for my group. I don't want to give access to other staff members. I don't feel like being nice. And the 5 is for read and execute for other. So remember, other is anybody who doesn't belong to the user, who is not the user, or does not belong to the group. So what I'm saying is, I have full access, groups have no access, I'm a member of the group staff. And for other, which is basically anybody accessing it via the web, give them permission as well. So what I'm going to do here is give that chmod -r. Capital R is recursive, so apply to all files and folders in that directory. Enter. And what we'll see is it completed successfully. I'm just going to get rid of this and make this not full screen anymore. Then in my browser, what I can see now is if I go to the address yalara.cs.rmit.eu/tilde E87561, which is my staff ID, /induction, what I'll see, hopefully, when it loads, is a nice little web page I've created. Now this web page, like I said, I can be edited anywhere. I know it doesn't look like much at the moment, but keep in mind that was only 30 seconds of editing. So what I can do very quickly, very easily, is I can make changes to this web page. Refresh the page, and what we'll see here is a change. So using all the skills in this video, I'm able to connect to a remote web server, set up a website in under a minute. I don't know a GUI that can do that. So I will stand behind all CLI and give my recommendation that command line interfaces will far surpass GUI in speed and ability. So it's highly encouraged that you go through these tutorials, understand the content that's in them, and then try and apply it yourself. It doesn't have to be as complex as creating a web page remotely, but it might be something as simple as managing files and folders on a system. Having an understanding of that will definitely benefit you throughout your university degree. So my name's Tim. I hope you've enjoyed these videos. If you wish to learn more about Unix, please enroll in the course known as Unix Essentials, and we'll do our best to teach you everything we can.